Hello and welcome to the Bookkeeping Direct channel. My name is Gabrielle Fontaine, and we are all about working with independent consultants to maximize your cash flow. And today's topic is about fast cash for consultants because all of us hit a cash crunch every now and then, and it's really important to know what you can do when you hit that kind of a situation. It's really step one in our series for mapping your success with cash flow. So let's jump right into it. Our agenda today is why might you need cash fast? Also, 3 steps for getting fast cash that you can actually use. The downside of looking for fast cash, the real solution to cash flow crunches, and then finally, your next steps, because we're really big on taking action and learning and then doing so that you can get results more quickly. So, why might you hit a cash crunch where you would then need fast cash? Well, it could be an unforeseen issue that comes up, maybe a large bill that you didn't expect, and all of a sudden you're scurrying for cash. It could also be due to economic changes in the climate or in the marketplace. And at the time of the recording of this video, if you have been working with government contracts or with nonprofits, you might be feeling the need for some fast cash right about now. Also, it could be the result of not heeding warning signs that may have been there for a while in your practice, so that now it's snuck up on you and you have a need for some fast cash. It happens. So, no matter the reason for why you may need to get some fast cash, it is going to help and relieve the stress that comes from a cash flow crunch, at least for the short term. In fact, a very successful businessman named Rich Schefren said, "I've never seen a small business issue that can't be improved with a large influx of cash." And I'm sure that if any of us, even if you're not in a cash flow crunch right now, if somebody gave you a large influx of cash, you would not complain. So let's get into some practical side of this now. We've established for no matter what reason, you need some cash. And these are 3 steps that I recommend, very basic, very simple. But sometimes if you're stressed out for cash, that's what we need to go back to the basics. So start with, what is your target? You need cash, but how much do you need? And when do you need it by? In order to calm down, get some results, we need a target. We need something to focus on. And by simply writing down how much do you actually need right now to get past this crunch, and when do you need it by? Now you can start focusing your actions that you will take. And you're not going to take just one action. You should take at least 2 to 3 actions in order to bring in the cash as quickly as possible. And what specific actions? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Now that you know how much, when, what you're going to do in order to bring in cash, you want to be able to take action consistently until you get there. And it's that getting into action and actually doing something that will cause the result of cash coming in. I call that your cash task, something that will bring in money in 30 days or less. If you can focus on that, you calm down and you will start to see results quickly because you're taking massive action. So what are specifically some quick ways that you could find some cash? Well, the reality is every consulting practice is different. However, there are some really basic ways that all of us, if you haven't done it yet, these are things that you should do first because they're the closest. They're what can pop to get you cash without a ton of effort. First is, who already owes you money? Do you have invoices that are out there that have not been paid yet? Even if they're not past due, could you reach out and give a little nudge? Just ask about the status of the payment. If the work is completed, you can get paid. Next, could you collect retainers or prepayments? Do you have some potential contracts that are coming in, or even are you in the middle of one where maybe you could ask for periodic payments? See, it can't hurt to ask. And if you do have some contracts coming up, maybe you usually only ask for a 10% payment up front. Could you kick that up to 50%? That would get you some money in quickly. Also, do you have some contracts that you're trying to bring to fruition and they're dragging their feet, or you know that they have something coming up? Could you reach out to try to move that along and just follow up more often? Because as they say, the fortune is in the follow up. So you could develop more contracts, but also you could reach out to those that maybe had said, in a few months they'd be ready. Well, reach out to them, let them know that you have some time available, that if they want to do it now, that you are open to it and we could move it along more quickly, get them the results that they need more quickly. The point of this is to start getting you to think about what are some ways, what do you already have that you could turn into cash quickly, either combination of some of these so that you could move things along, talk to your colleagues, maybe get some subcontracted work, all of those things. So hopefully the point of this is to get your mind going and some ideas popping. If this still didn't help, if you already tried all of those, hang on, because I have some more for you later on. But fast cash, the downside of it is that it is only a Band-Aid. It's going to help you in the short term, but if it's something that happens often, it's the sign of a bigger issue in your consulting practice. So you want to be able to address, once you get some cash in, to then take a breath and say, how can I stop this from happening again? What went wrong? Why did this happen? So that you're not facing this stress, because that stress is slowing you down in the progress of your business so that you can really get your larger business goals in place. Also, the good news is that if there are some things that are causing the cash crunches, that maybe it's just some small changes, maybe some automation that needs to be put in, maybe systematizing some things will help make it so that this won't happen. An example of that is if you have a lot of clients that are paying you very slowly and the bills are past due, there may be some systems that could help with that so that you won't hit the cash crunches because clients aren't paying you on time. So if you want to end the chase of fast cash because you keep hitting cash flow crunches, cash flow management really matters, because in our type of business, it's always up and down because you're dealing with large contracts, so that you may be flush with money and then 6 months later you're scraping the bottom. That's just the nature of how the money generally comes in, but there are ways to mitigate that. So if you know what your key numbers are and you're looking ahead to what's coming down the road, either in your pipeline, in your cash flow forecasting, this can help you to even out those mountains and valleys so that you can breathe easier, not worry about money, and focus on what you do best and really help your clients and grow your business. So what's your next step? Well, take action on what you've learned right now. If some of these ideas were helpful for you, put them into action right away so you can bring in some fast cash. Also, identify what needs to change going forward. How can you avoid hitting cash flow crunches in the future? And if you need more ideas to fit your practice, I did put together 10 cash flow boosters specifically for consultants. It's a PDF document. It's free. You can download it, and it even has a checklist in it to help you stay on track in moving through it and building momentum. So you can get that at cashflowboost.me. And if you want one-on-one to be able to talk about your particular situation, I also make available a limited number of one-on-one meetings where we can just brainstorm some ideas, because I'm all about consultants being able to do their best work in the world and not have to worry about cash flow. So with that, I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you soon in another video.